I saw a video recently and I was like, holy, I relate to this so much. And I was like, bro, I have to share this with my boys. And listen, so pretty much when I was watching this video, the guy was saying, you're not your highest dreams, you're your lowest standards. So what does it mean? So let's just say your dream is to make like $1 million a month, right? But the standards that you're comfortable is $100 a month. So the moment you get slightly uncomfortable, you're gonna get to the levels that you're comfortable with, which is like $100 a month, and that's the life. So the standards that you accept is what you're gonna get. And it's not like, oh, your imagination are creating all these things in your mind, or like, oh, I want this, or blah, blah, blah. Listen, if you accept a certain standard, that's gonna be your level. And I was like, holy, this is so true in all aspects of life. Let's just say financially. If it's acceptable for you to make like $20,000 a month, then you're not gonna make more than that. You might make for a little while, but you're gonna like quickly go down because that's what you're comfortable with, because that's what you know. If you're, let's just say, I don't know, if you're fat, let's just say you're like 280 pounds, right? And you're like, you know what? I want to lose weight, right? Your goal is to be like, I don't know, 190 pounds, right? But the standard that you're comfortable with is like 250. You're like, okay, you know what? I lost a good amount of weight, but it's like, I'm kind of happy with it, but it's not necessarily what I want, but it's like whatever, right? You're comfortable. That's the lowest standard that you set yourself. But if you say, listen, I have to be 190 pounds, that's the standard. That's the kind of person I have to be. I have to be healthy. I have to be fit. I have to have abs. I have to have be muscular. I have to be lean. That's the standard you set yourself. Then you're like, okay, I'm nowhere near the person I want to be. Like I have to actually try there. I have to reach and try to be my standard, because a lot of people, their standards are here, but their goals are here. So it's hard to actually constantly go for constantly for your dreams all the time. But your standards, when they're lower, you're going to be always falling back to it. So instead of trying to, constantly go up, trying to grab these dreams, which is doesn't necessarily represent what you want to become and what you accept, instead raise your standards, okay? You need to raise your standards in all aspects, right? Let's just say if a guy wants let's just say for example, right? He wants like a 10 out of 10 chick for his eyes, right? He's like a 10 out of 10 chick, but it's hard. You need to be so much better as a man in all aspects to be, with this girl, right? Like it has to be mentally, physically, spiritually. You have to be the type of man who gets like 10s, right? But the moment he gets a 5, the moment he gets a 6, he's like, you know what? It's not the 10 that I want, but it'll do. Or you know what I'm saying? Like it'll do. Like she gives me some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like I hit it a couple times a week. That's all I care about, right? But instead of like raising his standards, he's like, it's kind of like what I accept, right? Like it's not what I dream of, but it'll do. I'll survive it out. I'll survive with it, right? Like I can go, with this like 6 out of 10 chick, right? And this is like all subjective, right? But I'm saying like, you are what you accept. You're what your lowest standards are. And I was like, bro, this speaks so much truth to me, because I was like, a lot of the times I was trying to go to a certain levels, but my standards were way lower, and I was constantly falling back to it. And I was like, yo, listen, this makes so much more sense to me, right? Because the moment you raise the standards, you cannot be that kind of a person who accepts like a certain result. Bro, you're gonna do that thing, right? So imagine you've been training for like 5-10 years, right? Like your standard is to eat clean, to hit the gym no matter what, to, keep tracking of your macros, to be on top of your cardio, your sleep. You get your haircuts, you go dress nicely, you talk well, you speak well, you communicate well, you socialize well. You have like a nice way of lifestyle, like you're well put together. You know how to connect with people. You know how to learn about other people, and you learn about other cultures, right? Like that's a proper man, right? But that's your standard. You leveled up, so that's like the lowest standards. You're not gonna go lower because you don't accept anything lower. So I was like, bro, instead of just trying to be thinking all about the dreams, raise your standards. Raise your standards, and you're gonna see the difference. Because I've seen this thing with different parts of my life. Like let's just say the gym, or like constantly going to the gym. My standard is constantly going to the gym, right? Let's just say 5-6 times a week. That's my standard, right? Like I want to raise my standard. I've been maintaining it because like I don't accept anything less. That's me. That's the person. Like I'm not gonna go lower, because I want to be a person who always takes care of his body, right? Now, let's just say for example, with money, right? Let's just say I want to make example. Let's just say I want to make like 50K a month, right? 50K a month. But I'm comfortable with like $100 a month, right? I'm not making $100 a month, but I'm just giving an example, right? I'm not gonna go lower, more than $100 a month, because it's just what I'm comfortable with, right? So if you're comfortable with a certain result and if you're not angry about that result, then bro, you're just gonna get that result in all aspects. So my message is, after this video, I'm gonna do it with you too. Write down the standards that you cannot accept below that, like the lowest standards in different parts of your life. It can be financially, like dating wise, physically, spiritually, like all these lower standards, like the lowest standards. Write them down and say, I'm not willing to go down below these standards no matter what. Oh, I have like $100 in my account? Bro, if I don't have $10,000 minimum in my account, like, bro, it's just terrible, right? Like, for example, right, you can make it like 100,000, a million, right? Whatever your standard you put on. But you have to raise those standards, man. You have to level up and upgrade your standards. And then naturally, as a byproduct, your basic regular level, your equilibrium of that level is going to be just that. And you're going to be naturally just hitting your dreams, right? Your dreams. But instead of you reaching out to your dreams, you raise your standards. And that's my message. Hopefully you resonated with this message. And listen, my message specifically for this, our community and my channel, is to become an abundant person through excellence. What do I mean by that? If you're an excellent person in different realms of your life, and like, let's just say physically, financially, in all realms, socially, bro, you're going to be an abundant person, which it can be financially, it can be your wealth, it can be dating wise. You're going to be like, you're going to have like an abundance amount of growth. Like, it's just written in the script, right? Like, if you're an excellent person, if you're a person of value, abundance is going to be your friend, right? So my goal is to level up to get there, and also see my community to get there, right? Like, we are brotherhood. We're going to be getting at it together. So I want to document my journey and also give my wisdom to you guys, so we all level up together, right? So if you like my content, if you like my channel, drop a like, drop a sub, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.